So today I want to talk about what I've learned about websites and building websites and what most web designers do not do when they build a website. Most web designers can make a beautiful website, make it really look good, but when it comes to some elements that requires selling, website designers fall very short on this or very shy on this. And I'm going to talk about some psychological biases here, cognitive biases of buying that Charlie Munger came up with. He came up with 25 of these biases. If you read the book from Robert Cialdini, Influence, you will learn the one on that. Very, very profound book. And this is, I'm going to talk about, right now I'm going to talk about psychology, the way the brain works, the way it's designed to work, and the way it reacts to things. And a lot of web designers don't know these things. If web designers would just study Charlie Munger's 25 cognitive biases and incorporate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those in a website, websites would be totally different. It would be amazing to see when I started doing this stuff, when I started doing the biases on my websites, on my business cards and everything, the attention span of people going onto my website has increased. So I'm going to go over some elements right now what I feel that should be on every restaurant website. Every restaurant website like that. And I talk about this a lot, and it's a speech I do across the country, and it's really super valuable things. And what spawned this video now is I was talking to a friend last night who owns a wine shop who's getting ready to build a website, and he's gotten 3 or 4 proposals together, and I was like, listen, I've been down this route with many web designers. I've seen what other people have done. I've seen what these people do. And typically it's not this, and this. And he was like, oh my gosh, Marcus, this makes so much sense. Like he goes, this stuff is not really being done with these proposals that they're talking about. And I'm like, okay, that's because they're not into selling. They're not into psychology, marketing. See, folks, so I've always told people for years, since 2004, 2005, I've always told people, the person who markets your website and the person who builds your website are 2 different people. In most cases, those people don't have the same qualifications. A graphic artist is not a marketer. A graphic artist may be able to make things look beautiful. A graphic artist with marketing skills can help convert sales on the graphic arts. So these are 2 different topics that we're intermingling into, and sometimes people just intermingle them into one person. And when you intermingle them into one person, usually it falls shy. Now, some web designers are great marketers. Some graphic artists are great marketers. So not everybody falls into this, but I would say over 90% of the people doing this. And I've seen big proposals come in from people that want to do marketing, and they fall short when it comes across the board. All right, so if you have a website, you should be listening to the rest of this video. All right, this video is going to tell you the 5 to 8 things that you need on your website to grab people's attention, to keep them there, and to convert it into sales. All right. And again, everything I'm going to tell you right now is based upon psychology marketing. Psychology marketing is super powerful. It is what makes people convert. So it makes sales convert. All right. So again, Charlie Munger came up with 25 cognitive biases. I picked the top 5 that I feel every website needs, especially every restaurant website. Now, if you're a restaurant, here are the 3 or 4 main things before we get into the biases that people come to your website for. Here are the 3 or 4 main reasons people come to your website. They come for your food. They come for your phone number to make a reservation. They come to see your address. Okay, those 3 things right there are the main things people are looking for. Where you're located, how good does your food look, and how can I make a reservation? Can I call you? How do I make a reservation? Those 3 things. Those 3 things should be right in clear daylight, right on your website. That's it. No, don't make them work for it. Don't make them contact us. Reserve now. Make it right on the main page right there. So if they're on a mobile device, the phone number, they just click it and it calls your restaurant, okay? Those 3 things. Now let's get into the psychological biases of buying. All right, so here we go. The number 1 reason people buy in the first place is because of the reward bias. What's in it for the guest? All right, now I do a speech that covers 45 minutes on this. I'm going to condense this down into hopefully the next 5 to 7 minutes here. So if you are a subscriber to my Restaurant Growth Secrets University, or you might have seen this on my YouTube. I don't put the whole speech really on my YouTube. There's bits and pieces of it. But if you are a subscriber to Restaurant Growth Secrets University, you have access to full speeches of this. and a lot more, like hours and hours and hours, like 50 hours of me teaching things like this. All right, so number one is a reward bias. What's in it for the guest? What's in it for them? So when they go to your website, what's in it for them? Not all this other stuff, but what's in it for them? Some people want a discount. Some people want to know that you're green certified, you're friendly, you're eco-friendly. Some people want to know you have a great wine list like me. Hey, give me a great wine list and I'm there. That's my reward for going to you, is a great wine list. So what's in it for the guest? Think about that angle. What's in it for them? The next thing is the liking or loving tendency. People will buy from people that they like. Okay, it's as simple as that. Most restaurateurs will open the front door of their business and greet people hello and smile. If you owned a restaurant, you would never, ever open the door for somebody and then put your back at them. You'd never do that because that's not the way you greet people. All right? Well, in the website world, your digital presence, your website is your front door. You should be there smiling and greeting everybody with a short little video or a picture of you, your partners, you, the staff, so they can start associating and liking you. They're not going to like you if they see the back of your head. They're not going to like you if they don't see who you are. You have to be present on your website for that to happen. It's a powerful tendency right here, folks. The liking, loving tendency. Okay, it's a powerful bias. People will buy from people that they like. They'll even overlook things that they do to keep buying from people that they like. Okay, they're biased. You can do things, you can get away with things that maybe other people couldn't, but they'll still buy from you. Okay, so that's a super powerful bias. Do not forget that one. Okay, number three, social proof. The social proof bias. All right, so this is, and I just watched a great video with Robert Cialdini in it. He has a book out called Persuasion now, and it was a 25-minute video of psychological biases like this. And he was talking about the social proof bias. Folks, this is where people want to do what other people are doing. All right? People want to go and sit in a stadium, in Yankee Stadium, with 70 other thousand people or 30,000 other people. That's what they want to do. They don't want to go there by themselves. Okay? There's no fun in it by themselves. They want to do what other people are doing. Now, here's something interesting, not to go off topic here, but when you go to the store, and this is psychology right at work here in your brain. When you go to the store, and this is related to this to this bias, the social proof bias. So you walk up to the shopping cart, okay, the shopping carts, and you look at the shopping carts, and there's one lonely shopping cart sitting way in front of all the other ones lined up nice and neat. What's the first thing that pops into your brain? There's something wrong with that shopping cart. Why is it out there by itself? This is how your brain is triggered, and it just happens, right? You will walk by that shopping cart to go to the other shopping carts because they're with other shopping carts, and they must be in conformity, and they must be okay. They must, that one the one that's been there has been passed up many times from other people, and you're just going to pass it up too. And it may legitimately have a bad wheel on it, which is why it's sitting there. Nobody's taking it. But I guarantee you, this is how the brain works, and this is why these social proof biases are so powerful. All right, social proof. You must have testimonials on your website, especially if you're a caterer. If you're a caterer and the lady just walks in who just got a ring on her fingers, okay, she wants to know that other people love you, that other people have a good time. She wants to know that. Don't make her work. Don't make anybody work for testimonials. It should be on your front page, right then and there. Front page, boom, right there, easy. Don't make them hit a thing, what other people say about us, and scroll down and see testimonials. Right on your front page, give them 2 from TripAdvisor, 2 from Yelp, 2 from Google, snapshot them, embed them, put them right in there, then link it to all your other great reviews if you want to do that. But right away, let them see 6 reviews right off the bat from those 3 sites that are known, okay? And people will buy from you when other people say good things about you, even if they don't know the other person. That's how this bias works, okay? The authority bias. The authority bias is powerful as well. All these biases are so powerful because, again, the brain's wired like this. The brain just makes quick split-second decisions, like you're going to walk past that shopping cart because you think something's wrong with it. Split-second decisions. So the authority bias. This happens to me. I go speak about fish. I go talk about health. I go talk about nutrition. I go talk about stuff like that. And I've written no books on this stuff. I have books on business. I have 2 books on business. All right, 50 mistakes that business owners make, and then my reasons people still don't know you exist, which helps you get into the digital age. So these 2 books have nothing to do with my talk about the 12 best fish to eat and the 12 worst fish to eat, or why you should never eat farm salmon. They have nothing to do with that. But people keep buying my books at these talks that I do, these speeches I do, because I'm an authority figure. When you're an authority figure, people will buy what you're selling, even if it's not related to your specific authority. This is killer, folks. This is gold, because a lot of you have done things in the past that are very noteworthy, that are very things to be proud of. And these things should be on your website, okay? If you've done something that is that would elevate you to that authority level, by all means use that. If it's something within the field, then even better. If it's something that, okay, you are an awarded chef and you own a restaurant, put those awards up there. That's the authority bias. If you want a contest, if you want them, those are all authority biases that you can brag about and utilize for this bias, okay? And the last one is the mere association bias. So the mere association bias is where you actually are associated with other people. So when you walk into a restaurant and you see the owner, there with a famous person, those are all associations. This association is great. The association with the Michelin Guide, even if you're not even rated in Michelin, just the association of being with the Michelin Guide, the association of being with a celebrity, because that celebrity was in that restaurant eating, and that association is massive. That is massive, massive, massive. So the association bias, huge. Utilize these 5 things. Should be on every single website. Every single website should have these. Every website designer should be building these. But like I said, now over 90% of web designers just don't understand this, don't do it. They just don't know about it. Okay, so it doesn't make them wrong. They just don't know about these things and how powerful they are. So if you have a website, brush up your website. Make sure all this is on there. If you're going to build a website now or in the future, make sure that you understand these and go back to Charlie Munger's 25 cognitive biases and do this kind of stuff, because this stuff really makes a big difference. It makes a massive difference. It's psychology. It's how the brain works. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. You can